I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about I was ready to let go and they reached out.
Oh, my goodness.
We tell you this all the time.
Yeah, we do.
Because we see it all the time. We don't know why it works like this or how it works like this, but we just see it all the time behind the scenes. And so when it happens, we like to share it with you guys. And I got an email today from someone where this happened to
All right.
them. I don't know what happens in the dynamic of a breakup where that other person somehow just knows that you've moved on. Maybe it's because they haven't heard from you in a while and, things aren't going the way they thought it would on their end. It's not going as good as they thought it would be. And you're looking a lot better, or they're hearing you're doing better. But for whatever reason, they start to really think about you and missing you and reaching out.
And somehow knowing instinctively that if they don't contact you now, they could lose you.
Yeah. I think part of it is they look on social media. Something looks different. Maybe you've taken down their pictures because you felt ready to do that or something where they just sense.
But I'll tell you what, I learned this concept before we had social media.
Yeah.
I learned it, I think I've probably shared before, when I worked for the state of Massachusetts. We would sometimes have clients disappear because they were struggling with housing and all kinds of other things. And after a while, you'd look for them, you'd try to contact them, and if you couldn't, you were supposed to close the case. The minute you picked up the pen to write the closing summary, the phone would ring.
Yeah.
Okay? I know we moved, I didn't tell you, I changed my phone number. Don't close the case.
Yep.
Okay?
Somehow people know things,
They do.
I do think that there's an energy around people that we can pick up on, or somehow, I think there's more to things than we realize.
There are kinds of communication, I think, that we don't even understand.
I think so too, right?
We call it airwaves, however, because it makes us happy.
You call it airwaves, I call it a disturbance in the force.
Okay.
Whatever.
I knew a therapist who called it radar. Yeah, whatever.
So I got a great email that I wanted to share. They said, "Dear Craig, I am so excited to share my success story with you and Margaret. I am so very grateful for you both. My boyfriend and I were together for 7 months when he broke up with me at the end of April. We're both in our late 40s and divorced with kids. I was devastated, but I knew I pretty much had caused it." So she must have felt really guilty about that.
Well, good for her.
"I was seeing a therapist at the time. I knew I had anxiety, but I never connected the losing self-control part or my inability to think of the other person's feelings with my anxiety."
Wow.
I'm sure she heard it from us. We say it enough. "I also knew I had abandonment issues, but didn't really know about attachment issues. And unfortunately, it's not really prevalent at this time. Even a lot of therapists don't understand attachment issues."
Absolutely right. And we don't know whether her therapist understood it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
"I was totally in love with him, but I sabotaged things when I felt close to him or things were going really well."
Wow, I applaud her honesty.
Yeah, that's really good.
That happens a lot.
"The weekend of the breakup, my daughter had just moved home from college. She was being awful to me, and I took it out on him over text. I lost emotional self-control." Interesting, Margaret. What do you think about that? Her daughter comes home from college, and the daughter was being awful to the mom. And then she takes it out on him.
The mom took it out on him. Well, I'm sure she didn't want to take it out on the daughter. Now, the daughter's probably in the separation process from her mother, and is going to be evil. Oftentimes, adolescents and young people can be pretty rough with parents because they're trying to separate.
Yeah.
What she should have talked with the daughter and said, "I'm going to let you separate. Stop being awful." That will stop a lot of problems. But instead, she took it out on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, we haven't talked about this term in a long time, but that's called displacement.
Yeah.
When you're upset at someone or something and you take it out on somebody else. You got to be aware of that in relationships.
And we all do it, right?
Yeah.
Who of us hasn't yelled at the dog when we came home because we had a terrible day?
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. So be aware of how stress in your life or other people in your life will cause you to take out that frustration on your partner.
Yep.
Because you assume they're always going to be there for you. You can't lash back out at your boss. You'd be afraid you'd get fired.
Right, exactly.
But you don't think your partner's going to leave you.
But if your daughter is home in your house and being awful, you don't just quietly tolerate that either. I hope.
Yeah. Okay. That Monday we talked. He said he couldn't take my emotional outbursts. He was done. I asked him not to do it, and I said I would change. I knew I messed up, but I also didn't want to beg him to be with me. Though I was heartbroken, I didn't feel sorry for myself. I looked for help, and I found your channel. I watched the videos. I did workbooks 1 through 5. I was determined to change.
Good for you.
I struggled with holding on to my feelings for him and letting go. That is a huge struggle.
It is a huge struggle.
Because you're like, what do I do? Will I ever hear from them again? Will I not? It's hard to make that decision.
Yes, it is.
And sometimes we'll sit with one and we're like, I'm going to move on. And then we're like, I don't want to move on.
I don't want to move on. Yeah.
It's a real major struggle after a breakup. Do you hold on? How long do you hold on? Do you let go? Should you let go?
Right.
Will they come back? Will you have another chance?
Yeah.
It gets exhausting.
Yes.
I was talking to somebody today about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do, except I took your advice from the videos and I worked on me.
She did take the advice from the videos.
I didn't contact him. You were my only comfort at times.
Wow.
Well, thank you for saying that.
Yes. Well, this is an upfront lady. We appreciate that.
After a little over 3 months, I was feeling really good about myself and my life and the changes I had been making. I was ready to let go, and lo and behold, he reached out to me. Finally, a disruption in the force.
Yeah.
He texted me and asked me if I was interested in meeting him for a drink. Now this guy, look at how brave he was. He didn't do an indirect direct approach.
No, he didn't. He just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Braver than most. At that meeting, he said he had missed me and, are you ready for this? Here we go again. Thought about me every day.
Wow.
And another example of an ex saying it.
Yep.
She hadn't heard from him in over 3 months, and then when they meet, he missed me and he had thought about me every day.
And we talk with so many people who think they never think of them. They'll
That's
never
true.
think of them again. Yeah.
It's so hard. When you're going through it, you doubt it with every fiber of your being. It's so hard. Okay. I could hear you and Coach Margaret in my head about getting in front of an ex. I knew this was my opportunity. I opened up with him on the work I had done and all that I had learned. He was happy to know I had not moved on. When we parted, he hugged me tight and kissed me. I couldn't believe it. He came back. Now, 4 weeks later, we are together and doing great. I am still watching the videos, but not as much. Step it up.
Yep, go back
Step
to
it up.
watching them just as much.
It takes time. You were only broken up for like 3 months. If you want to keep those long-lasting changes, you've got to keep doing the work. The last thing you want is for this to end because you went back to your old ways in 2 or 3 months from now.
And try and get him to watch them with you.
Maybe a few.
Yeah.
My anxiety is still something I am dealing with, but I really did make lasting changes. I owe it all to you and Margaret for the information you share. Seriously, I spent 5 years in therapy and got more from your workbooks and videos.
Wow.
That's awesome.
It's nice for us to hear.
Yes, it really is. We love when you guys share your success stories,
Yeah.
regardless if you get an X back or not. In her case, she did, and according to her, it's going great. And for many of you, you will get another opportunity with your ex, but for those of you that don't, the long-lasting changes will truly change your life, and you will be so much better equipped for new relationships, and you're going to attract more quality people. You're going to be a healthier partner. You're going to be able to respect each other, have better boundaries, communication, manage your emotions. I mean, so many areas you're going to change that if you do go out there and date other people, they're going to be blown away by you. Nobody's going to be able to compete with the new changes that you have, right?
And what you've learned, right.
So either way, committing to yourself really does make a huge difference as opposed to just focusing on getting the ex back, right?
Work on yourself and the rest will follow.
Absolutely. When you guys have your success story, we love to hear them.
Oh, yes.
Email me on the website. We do want to share them with people because when you're going through this, it's nice to hear that people that thought they had no hope got their ex back.
That's right.
Because most of you feel like you have no chance.
And that this person will never think about you again.
Or that the situation can't change in time, but it often does.
Anything can change if we want it to.
Awesome. Awesome success story.
Yeah.
When you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching, I do Skype. Margaret is available for Skype coaching.
Feel free to contact me. I'd love to talk with you.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website to do that. Remember to subscribe to the channel and share the videos with friends that you learn things. Share them with the people you care about the most. Help them change their lives through learning about all this stuff we teach with mental health and attachment.
Right.
And there'll be better support systems for you when you do that.
That's right.
Okay, but that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.